Hey everybody, I'm back. Yep,
Beautiful.
so gonna go solve that last puzzle now. Yeah, I think this is all the same stuff he was selling before.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Magritium turinois.
Let's see what we can do. Here we go.
Rely
see what's in here. Grasp of Devotion. Whenever the wielder of this +5 holy heavy mace lands a killing blow, your next spell becomes extended as though using the extend spell feat. So basically that's a cleric mace. And more elven notes. Yeah, so we've only got 3 masks. Hmm.
I can handle it.
What? Unexpected sounds break the menacing, monotonous atmosphere of the world wound. Business-like chatter, the lazy neighs of ponies, the clatter of instruments, and rising above everything else, a rather expressive voice. Jubilost! What's he doing all the way out here? A flying ship? How could you even think of proposing such a thing? Next, you'll tell me we should travel by portals or streak across the sky in a winged chariot. And don't look at me like that. I know what you mean. That this cart has experienced things you wouldn't see in your worst nightmares. That it's time to retire and put its wheels up beside the fire, axles creaking as it tells its cart grandchildren stories of its wild youth. That I can afford more reliable transportation than this wreck. To this, I will say that great explorers and discoverers set out on their expeditions on foot, and they didn't complain about it, yet you can't even survive comfortable ground-based travel in an ordinary cart. And with that, the owner of the expressive voice turns to you and nods as if he didn't expect to see anyone else. What? Jubilost Narthropple, I'm just passing through. The name is familiar to you. Narthropple is an eccentric gnome scholar from Absalom, traveler, explorer, popularizer of science, journalist, and author of a dozen books and countless articles. Due to his overly sharp tongue, he's been sentenced to death or exile by no fewer than 3 or 4 nations on Galarian. Every year, new rumors surface of his death at the hands of some offended monarch or other. You just happen to be passing through so deep in the world wound. What's bothering you? Of course, I didn't mean to say this happened by accident. Passing through simply means I do not intend to conduct extensive research or educational work here, just to make a few observations here and there. I've heard about you. You're a scientist and an explorer, aren't you? Jubilos Narthropple, scientist, traveler, cartographer, journalist, lecturer. Ponies! They're so cute and chubby, just like Soot. May I pet your ponies, please? Oh, well, fine. You may pet the ponies, girl. Now then, where were we? I am Jubilos Narthropple, a scientist and journalist at your service. Jubilos Narthropple, the author of Distillation of Magical Liquids in the Field. Yes, that's me. I take it I have the honor of speaking to a fellow scientist. With a fellow scientist and a successful rival, a future successful rival, I intend to take your place in the department at the College of Mysteries, on the way to the headmaster's seat, naturally. By the way, the blood of mythic demons cannot be distilled by your method, and neither can the slime of an ordinary carnivorous blob. Obviously not. My distillation method was developed for distillations carried out on the material plane, for liquids originating on the material plane. Demon blood does not meet these conditions. For extraplanar liquids, I've developed a new method described in my article in the first issue of National Alchemy in 4817. We've got a whole century to go before 4817. Yes, of course, that's correct. But the article was scheduled for publication in advance. To be fair, I do not require data on extraplanar entities for my encyclopedia. Therefore, demons and their blood do not, as such, do not interest me. But I have not yet finished the section on cult alchemists. The main focus of their work is potions based on demon blood. To support my thesis that the average cult alchemist lacks any real knowledge of the subject, I need to make a breakthrough in this field. An approach worthy of a true scientist. I wish I could linger and try to reconstruct my method from memory, but I don't have any time to spare. So you're an encyclopedist, and at the same time a practitioner and a field researcher. That's right, I'm Nenio. I just need to clarify a couple of details. I'll figure out the rest on my own. Of course, I'd be happy to be of assistance. Even if nothing comes of it, we could continue this discussion by correspondence. Is this some sort of scientific flirtation, or what? It's certainly possible, but let's return to the issue at hand. To what degree should I saturate the blood with steam during distillation? My previous attempt resulted in an explosion, which suggests the durability of a standard distillation apparatus is not without limit. To what degree... saturate... What? You're using direct distillation? I am. Dry steam distillation is not a viable option. What absolutely, utterly inconceivable nonsense! In my second article in National Alchemy, I proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that direct distillation is not suitable for magical liquids, and only a properly isolated steam coil allows us to consider the distillation process effective. In the section of my encyclopedia detailing the uses of distillation apparatuses, I completely unravel every argument of your work on the benefits of dry steam distillation. Ha! So you're interested in distillation, dear colleague? Excellent. Then subscribe to National Alchemy and wait until my article reaches these parts. I'm afraid I'm in a rush and cannot offer you any advice on the subject. So, where did we leave off, Commander? How do you know I'm the Commander? I haven't introduced myself yet. Obviously, it's about my acumen. Surely you didn't expect a renowned scientist to be so ignorant as to not recognize the most significant historical figure of this region and era. So what's wrong with your cart? Oh, I suppose I should have led with this. Sadly, my cart is stuck, and my assistants, as it turns out, are completely incapable of applying the most simple practical skills in fixing this blasted wagon. I would appreciate your help, Commander. All you need to do is attach the wheel, clear the road, and calm the poor ponies. The world wound causes them great distress. I'll see what I can do. This is wonderful, and don't think me an ungrateful lout. I'll be sure to mention your generosity in the article I'll write about this encounter. I'm going to take some notes, and you may get started on the repairs, Commander. Fix the wheel. Good job, Buljif. After 10 minutes of work and a little ingenuity, the wheel slides back into place, none the worse for wear. A thought just occurred to me, Commander. What do you think of your place in history? You brought a healthy, healing dose of chaos to the rigid order of the Crusades and opened the doors of Elysium. Who would have thought? Perhaps my fate has been far from ordinary, but I'm satisfied with the path I've chosen and the person I've become. And are those forced to follow you happy, those who depend on you, or are you one of those people who goes ahead without bothering to ask the opinions of others? Then again, who am I to lecture one of the greatest figures of our time? Be on your way and Desna will aid you. I'll just stand here by the side of the road and take some notes. Do you revere Desna too? You must have traveled far and seen much. The goddess smiles upon wanderers. Ah, Sister Desnan, and of a very unusual kind. Yes, I've been to many places, and I hope to visit many more. But I'm surprised at your admiration. Does Galarian truly overshadow the wonders of extraplanar travel for you? In the past I did not travel, I hunted. I saw no wonders, I did not understand the delight of walking the road, seeing new places, or making new acquaintances. So you have surely seen more than I have, because I could not see. My eyes were closed. Then I wish you to keep them open and see all that you wish to see. It's worth it to spend a lifetime traveling, or even more than one. Lore Nature. Good job, Nenio. The pony's eyes seem oddly intelligent. Get the uneasy feeling the ponies are playing along with your attempts to calm them, chuckling to themselves. Still, they obediently stand where they're supposed to, ready to pull the card. These aren't like fey ponies, are they? I mean, with what happened in the Stolen Lands, it's certainly possible. Your efforts are not in vain. The pile of junk blocking the path has been swept aside. That's it. I did what I could. What? Oh, yes. Well, I suppose I should be on my way. How unfortunate. I haven't yet satisfied my curiosity. But what can you do? Time waits for no one. I have the feeling there's something you're not telling me, Mr. Northropple. There are some strange slips in your speech and demeanor. I must admit, acting is not one of my talents. I was hoping to casually run into you in a completely natural way, then ask a few questions. But it is tricky to appear natural when this chance encounter takes place in the middle of the world wound and you come from the future. Yes, exactly as I said. Some of my friends, many in number but acting as one, can do the most curious things to time. I humbly asked them for an opportunity to meet the legendary commander of the Fifth Crusade in person. I desperately wanted to take a few notes on such a fateful figure in Galarian's history for my article on the Age of Lost Omens. I hope you're not angry about this small masquerade. And even if you are angry, I'm still satisfied. Best of luck to you. I hope you come by these parts again. My apologies, but 1,000 more discoveries await me. I can't stay in any one place for too long. But I am glad to have met you. This conversation provided me with much food for thought. Farewell, Commander. Oh, I almost forgot. I was asked to give you this. Golden Toad. Huh. So what? A golden toad? A toad statuette made of solid gold. It looks more like an idol than a decorative figurine. But what's it for? Uh, it's good to see old friends from Kingmaker.
Beautiful.
The only thing you Hell Knights are good for is killing their own. How many Hell Knights die in peacetime at the hands of their officers?
Peacetime. What's that?
spellcasters wish to bind the power of Baphomet's flame to a relic the commander can use. Now all that is left is to decide what kind of item this relic is going to be. Robe. Gloves. I guess a robe? An experienced mage placed Baphomet's flame inside magical coals, which she then used to adorn a robe sewn for the commander. I guess now I gotta try and find... Yeah, I don't think it's as simple as just going there from there. I gotta... The soldiers have wiped out a gang of wild and bloodthirsty Kelids, descendants of Sarkorians who bent their knees before the demons. Their chief, a vicious witch in blood-stained clothes, died clasping her most precious relic. Ring of Chaos. This ring grants its wearer +4 deflection bonus to AC and a continuous freedom of movement spell effect. Only chaotic characters can equip it. Oh, something else. Oh, that gives a deflection bonus also.
But what if I once killed one of your fellow paladins? Someone you knew?
Well, I won't lie. It would be a hard pill to swallow. But we just need to try even harder to honor your victim's memory.
Strange disease is afflicting the soldiers. Mouths grow on the victim's skin and whisper various secrets related to the events happening in the army. The healers claim that with each secret the health of the victim deteriorates. All generals gain +1 level to the reduction of losses feat. Yeah. That's 9,000 leadership experience points. The best healers did everything to cure the poor people. Their efforts paid off. The epidemic was stopped, and now the Crusaders better prepared for sudden outbreaks of disease. There we go. Having dealt with the demons, the Crusaders discover a Sarkorian city that was turned into a necropolis. Among the sand and bleached bones, the soldiers find some ancient treasures. The intendants are already planning vast excavations. They believe that even after months of work, they would still keep finding all kinds of valuables here. Low rumbling comes from the mouth of the volcano. Crude drawings cover the surrounding stones, indicating that this place was once used for sacrifices to the fire in the depths. These drawings are much older than Sarkoris, but powerful demons managed to subjugate both the energy of this place and its keeper spirits. How powerful is this army? 7? I guess we're gonna try to take them out with this army. The notes found in Arilu Vorlish's hideout have been studied. Wait, that's it? Wait, where's the camp on the ferry then? Oh, there it is. It can't really be that simple, can it? Against what? By the Obelisk of Despair. An imposing gate of dark metal stands a good 20 feet tall. Twisted faces cover the doors, grimacing and groaning in torment. Embedded in one of the doors is some kind of intricate moving puzzle with a large gaping keyhole in the center. The stench of pain and terror seems to radiate from the metal itself. You have to exert your will to approach the gate. Inspect the metal of the doors. Yes. It is clear that this is not steel, iron, or any of the metals or alloys known to you. It appears that this substance consists of the essence of the abyss itself and the suffering souls magically fused with it. Recognize the spells that were used to enchant the gate. It does not take long for you to identify the strongest spell, the magic of the dimensional lock. Judging by its power, Baphomet cast it himself. The Lord of Beasts has secured his prison from any attempts to get in or out by arcane means. Moving around using magic is possible only to those who have been granted Baphomet's special permission. Listen to the murmuring faces. You focus on the tangled whispers and suddenly feel as though a pit of pain, madness, and suffering has yawned open under your feet. You plummet downward as thousands of faces recount the indescribable horrors they endured in life and after death. You will yourself to emerge from this sinister maelstrom. Touch one of the doors. Only upon closer inspection do you notice the virtually invisible barbs, short and thin as a strand of hair that densely covered the metal. You see bloodstains and scraps of skin hanging on the sharp needles. The moment you touch the dark metal, a repulsive vibration runs through your fingers. For the briefest instant, the faces on the gate seem to forget their torment and sneer at you. Your vision blurs, you taste bile, and it feels like your entrails are turning into deranged snakes, slithering inside and trying to strangle each other, as if your very core were trembling along with this vibration. Unlock the gate with Inger Mager's key. Is there another way to deal with that door? I gotta know now.
Beautiful!
So I would need to roll a 14 or higher. Whoa! 15. After spending some time with the peculiar mechanism, you align all the puzzle pieces into a crimson pentagram. You hear a barely audible click behind the doors. So that just does the same thing.
this.
What? Now what?
Damn you!
I will resist!
You're examined by a pair of watchful eyes that seem disproportionately large in the thin, haggard face. Every now and again the transparent film slides over them, a serpentine blink. The demon observes you for a while, then she gives a satisfied nod. So this is the creature that has paid us a visit. A fine specimen for my collection. I'd be honored to make a stuffed animal out of the blasphemer who dared to wound our lord. Who are you supposed to be? I'm the warden of this prison, Aponovicius. All here, both guards and captives, are my toys. Now you'll become one too. What is this place? This is the Inelocutable prison, the greatest jail that has ever existed. Here, Baphomet's captives languish and experience unthinkable torment, when their bones join the myriad others that belong to those who were confined here before. You better not stand in my way. Oh, we have an exhilarating game ahead of us. Don't disappoint me. First, I'll neatly slice open your skin from groin to nape, then slowly peel it back like the flesh from the flesh like a tight-fitting dress. That will take a few days, but then at last you will appear before me completely nude, and even a light breeze will cause you unbearable pain. Ew, yeah, gross. Let's get this demon already. How can anyone listen to this? And you, Jarcy, cover your ears. This is grown-up talk. Then I'll put your skin back on and stitch you up with an adamantine thread. You don't scare me. I've fought Baphomet and he wasn't that tough. Talk all you like. For every insolent word you'll pay with horrible suffering. When I'm done stuffing you, I'll keep you alive as a wordless, motionless statue. And after each of my master's visits, I'll carefully stitch you back up, putting you back together piece by piece, so that your torture does not stop even for a moment.
Let's see what we can do. Are you still here?
Prepare yourself!
Nice.
Spaghetti, Turinos.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Cover me, all right? Good guys always win.
I should just add Death Ward to that list. Ekri's scroll. A scroll covered in Osirian writings. According to legend, a powerful priestess of Wadjet by the name of Ekri crafted this scroll so it could be used at the hour when Wadjet's twin, the dark serpent Apep, would march his armies upon Galarian so that the champions of light could stand against him. The spell inscribed on the scroll was supposed to deprive Apep's spellcasters of their magic. However, the great battle never happened, or has not happened yet, and the ability to read the ciphers of the Wadjet cult has become so rare that the value of this scroll now holds is more archaeological than practical. Grenadier's Half-Plate. This +5 half-plate grants its wearer immunity against bombs. I am curious what happens if I open that gate, though it's probably a bad idea. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Desna, guide my hand!
I got this. Here we go.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Damn you!
Now what? What the hell is that? Hold on, let me check the immunities first. Immunity to fire, mind affecting, poison, curse, sleep. Sleep, paralyzed, prone, entangled, difficult terrain, slowed, immobilized, invisible. What's this now? Nice.
You're irrelevant.
Book resistance +6. Menacing horned figure appears in the mirror's reflection. The sharp, hateful gaze pierces you, and you can almost feel your soul being turned inside out. I see you, mortal. It is your own folly that has driven you to my realm, or do I sense Nocticula's hand in this? Ever since war broke out between us, she has gone to ground, preferring to send her pawns to fight in her stead. You must have outlived your usefulness to her if she has sent you to sacrifice yourself in such a pointless manner. You do realize that no matter what she has promised you, she will not be coming to protect you this time. She is no match for me here in my realm, so you are completely alone. Release the hand of the inheritor. Release whom? Ah, the angel. What good is he to you now that I've wrenched out his virtuous heart and ordered my minions to hack it with knives, tear it to pieces, and singe it with flames? What would you want with a deranged, desperate clot of rage and pain? Did someone lead you to believe you could still save him? Even Iomade would have no use for him anymore. It appears you have been sent here like a lamb to the slaughter. You have been fed some asinine tale about an important mission so that you'd rush toward your death without hesitation.
He's our friend. If he's still alive, then he can still be saved.
What is this place? This was once the place of my own imprisonment. Asmodeus, enraged by my attempt to steal from him, confined me here for an eternity of torment. Lamashtu had renounced me and left me to rot. But, as you can see, I managed to slip away and take this little toy with me. Now, the ineluctable prison is the heart of my realm in the abyss. No soul can escape from here, be it a prisoner or a slave who gave their life for me. All, from the most worthless cultist of Hepzimera, whom I killed in the mines of Colifer, remain here, for they are all mine.
How did you escape from Asmodeus's prison?
You would never understand, mortal. Imprisonment begins here. Once I had passed through the maze of my own mind, I tricked it by destroying the very notion of imprisonment. I created a lie where I was free and made the multiverse itself believe. What? Too complicated for you to follow? That's understandable. Even I couldn't fathom these mysteries at first. It took me years to ponder the knowledge given to me by Ereshkigal, the faceless Sphinx.
I was asked a riddle once too, and I too would then ponder it for a long time, trying to change who I was, but Desna's riddle showed me the path of good and truth. Yours only dragged you deeper into a pit of lies and evil. Yeah, you hear that, you old goat? She escaped the abyss and you bound yourself to it for all eternity. You stand no chance against us.
What an amusing freak. A succubus turned to the path of good. I've received reports about you, Arushale. I'll take you alive. I've never had the pleasure of corrupting a repentant succubus.
What do you want from me?
Kneel before me and break the oaths you've sworn to your masters, for only thus may you mitigate the punishment that awaits you. Very soon my hosts will put an end to this foolish venture you call a crusade.
Do you know why this place was named the Ineluctable Prison?
The Prince of Darkness Asmodeus, upon creating this maze, willed that none would ever escape its walls. Those were no mere words, it was an enchantment, a definitive, indisputable order. Many souls have perished here since. The most cunning and dexterous of thieves would come to test the magic of Asmodeus, and not one of them would make it back out. I was the only one who found a loophole in Asmodeus's decree. I did not simply find my way out of the maze, I took it back to the abyss with me, turning it into a realm of my own. What about you, mortal? What is your escape plan? What key will you use to unmake the sorceries of the ineluctable prison? How will you find your way through the tangled corridors of my labyrinth? What hope can you possibly have of matching me?
I'll just follow the left-hand rule.
You are ultimately a simpleton. This is the abyss, and any rules you may know do not apply here. Whether you turn left or right, whether you press on or turn back, you'll only find one thing: death.
A primal scream of pain hits your ears, the walls shudder, you hear something crumble with a dull, thundering noise in the distance. The floor under your feet shifts like the undulating back of a beast rudely awakened.
I take it my minions have resumed their work on the angel. To observe his agony is an exquisite delight. It feels as if I am experiencing that unbearable pain myself, and you will experience it as well.
You still here? Guys always win.
Into the fray!
Odyssey.
On it! Team, go!
Make your peace.
I got this.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Rely on me.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Howling Doom. Whenever the wielder of this +5 Furious Bastard Sword lands a killing blow, it casts Greater Shout as an 18th level wizard immediately afterward.
You can handle them, right?
The light. Take you.
I will resist.
The Minotaur in your path suddenly sneers and opens his blood-red maw, and the low, mockingly cheerful voice of Baphomet comes out. I wonder when you'll finally accept your doom. You mortals are so amusing in your attempts to oppose us, the Lords of the Abyss. You fight, risk your necks, make sacrifices, yet we still push you back without the slightest inconvenience. Do you think anyone will remember your self-sacrifice a scant decade from now? All will forget your name and the names of those who came before you. Your Galarian will be ruled by my mighty brood, with the blood of the Lord of Beasts himself coursing through their veins. My offspring will inhabit your lands, and soon the lineage of every living soul on Galarian will be traced back to me, and every breathing body will bear my burning seal. Arilu Vorlesh will lead my armies, and Galarian will drown in blood. You have entrusted your armies to Arilu Vorlesh? Yes, now that Hepzibah has failed me, Arilu Vorlesh has become my new general. She has already told me everything she could discover from Nocticula, and this knowledge has been quite valuable. What's more, Arilu still serves Descari and reports all his orders and designs to me. She has proven herself a competent spy despite her mortal origins. I have exalted Arilu and made her my first slave. But do not be so quick to underestimate me. I know full well that she will betray me whenever the opportunity presents itself. But I plan to betray her first.
Aurilu, Baphomet, Descari, Nocticula, they're all so evil and say all kinds of nonsense. I'm so lost I can't tell which of them are friends and which are butting heads and fighting. I've already defeated Hepsamira, your mightiest daughter. I'll handle the rest of them. You speak of Hepsamira as if you're hoping your words will wound me. You've killed one of my descendants and her specter now wanders these halls. Am I supposed to care? I could spawn hundreds, thousands more. Among them there will be those in whom my blood is stronger and they will surpass Hepsamira. Believe me, I possess none of a father's sentimentality, for I am not a father to them, but their creator and their god. I met another one of your daughters, Horzala. Horzala bet everything and lost. She invoked my name when she was on the brink of defeat, but I did not answer. Why would I? I'm not in the habit of playing favorites among my offspring. They must earn their place by tearing their competition to shreds. The weak must succeed, must be weeded out to keep the blood strong. Horzala was stronger in a fight, but Hepsamira was more cunning and vicious, which is why she prevailed. Why should I nourish the shoots of the weaker branch when I can give all my attention to the one that's stronger? Tell me about your offspring, Ygepeles. You know of him. That is a surprise. Hepsamira tried so hard to strike his name from the memory of the abyss itself. Ygepeles was always crafty and able, but he lacked zeal and ire. I valued his shrewd mind and his uncanny ability to lie, and I found it regrettable when Hepsamira disposed of him. I didn't interfere, of course. My children must fight among themselves. Only then can the strongest be revealed. You going to brand all your servants, or was Minago just lucky? I place various seals upon my slaves. There are those that grant power, those that bring delight, those that inflict pain, and those that simply mark their bodies as mine. Minago failed me, and I encouraged her to correct her mistake. The seals tormented her every breath, draining her strength, and only by destroying you could she be free of them. Unfortunately for her, she failed. Stop cowering behind your minions. Are they, my seed and my spawn, my faithful worshippers, not part of me? Do they even consider themselves separate from their master? You cling to the notion of individuality without realizing that your own self does not exist. You are but an instrument that has been grasped by several hands at once, and your destiny, your actions, and even your thoughts are theirs to control. You don't understand? No matter, you will. As you wander the darkness of my labyrinth for an eternity, you'll give up the illusion of selfhood. How will you know who you are then? Like you, I'll stop being a prisoner and become a monster. You don't even realize how alike we are, mortal. Know that, just as I once was, you have been betrayed by your own patroness. It's time for you to die. You seek to battle me, I will sacrifice the body of one of my faithful to show you a fraction of my true might.
there's one ability in here. So there is a chance that it could work. Nah. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be.
Did you just die already? This is my kind of work.
Let's get rid of this thing.
Just let them all attack the guy with fast healing. Ah, damn it.
This condition is irrational.
Are you still here?
Prepare yourself. Desna, guide my hand.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to kill this guy.
This is my kind of work.
The prisoner is mumbling in a rare dialect of Kadiran tongue. We were 6 thieves who entered this prison, now there are none of us. 5 found easy deaths in battle, and I am bound to 4 torments: hunger, thirst, cold, and darkness. And who are these cell swords, then? Really?
Good guys always win.
Make your peace.
You sheathe yourself within a churning column of pure elemental water up to 30 feet high that fills your space. You can see, hear, and breathe normally within the sea mantle, but attacks against you are treated as if you were under the surface of the water. You gain improved cover, plus 8 cover bonus to AC, plus 4 bonus on reflex saves, against foes that do not have freedom of movement effects. You also gain immunity to fire. The cover granted by the sea mantle does not enable you to make stealth checks or prevent attacks of opportunity. Magical attacks against you are unaffected unless they require attack rolls.
So is this the center of the prison then?
Can't make the demons wait.
I will defend my dream.
Nice. The immense statue is watching you impassively. Its horned head suddenly leans forward and gives you a sly wink. Still not too late to kneel before me. If you admit here and now that you have no master other than me, I'll grant you permission to take your own life, swiftly and painlessly. What riddle are you going to ask me this time? No more riddles, only ruin. It's time you return to dust, foolish mortal creatures. Let's see. Immunity 2. Fear, compulsion, poison, charm, stunned, death, ability score damage, drain. Negative, positive, spell immunity. Domination, sleep, paralyzed, frightened, stunned, invisible. Yeah, so it's just like fighting a golem then.
Mind over muscle.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Magical symbol on the floor seems to control the movement of the floating prison cell. An enchanted key or something similar will be required to disable it. But I gotta find a key somewhere. You have come here uninvited, mortal. But I'll pardon your audacity for the sake of the reward Baphomet will grant me for prevailing over you. He may honor me by making me his archpriestess, and by delivering into my hands the one who currently holds that position, the lovely Arilu Vorlesh. Oh, the things I'll do to her body. Take a good look at what awaits you. These poor things thought themselves great fighters, but now they're just dolls in my hands. Marvelous trophies. Some are still alive. Once I'm done with your transformation, you could even exchange stories of your downfall. I'll be gentle, wouldn't want to ruin your beautiful pelt. You'll become a decoration yourself, monster. Let's begin our game. I hereby dedicate the first wound I inflict on you to the Lord of Beasts, and all others to my own pleasure and nothing else. Alright, let's see. Immunities. Poison, electricity, magic missile, force strike, dominate person, dominate monster, charming smile, charm whatever, dominate animal, dominate monster, dominate person, domination, dexterity bonus to AC, lost, prone, invisible. Oh, was that it? Ember just fucking destroyed her. The Dawnflower's Kiss. This weapon is a +5 scimitar. A magnificent weapon created by Saren Ray herself, the once shining blade has become tarnished, defiled by the many sinful acts and unholy murders that the demons have committed using this sword. Huh. And the rest are just +2 scimitars. Warden's Circlet. This headband of mental perfection +4 grants its wearer the ability to summon 2 Labyrinth Demodan destroyers to fight on their side for 2 minutes twice per day. The mortal before you, who has been turned into a doll, is looking at you in desperation, and there is but one plea in her gaze: to be granted peace. Kill the wretched victim. One could have mistaken this wretched mortal for a stuffed effigy if not for the eyes, alive and full of pain. The Indomitable Punisher. This +5 axiomatic shocking burst Tongi grants its weapon wearer a +5 competence bonus to CMB. Letter from the Warden's Chambers, a page covered in demonic symbols. Master, I humbly ask that you double the number of guards under my command. There are now so many captive Galarians and Nocticulus soldiers that we are being forced to put down the unsupervised surplus. I suggest we remove the guard from the secret passageway where the you-know-whose ghost hides and reduce the number of sentries at the groaning gate. Either way, no enemy is capable of bursting through them. I would also ask to abolish the need to keep watch over Alderpash's cells. Any guard assigned to his chambers gets immediately corrupted by his bribes and promises, becomes his spy, and then has to be executed at once as a warning to the rest. Beyond that, I would like to report the preposterous behavior of the priestess Svendak. She keeps taking my warriors to perform her sacrifices and demanding that my sorcerers restore the magical barrier around some empty cage every cycle. It's about time someone put that deranged bitch in her place. Bowing before your deathly glory, your unworthy slave, Aponavicius. A secret passage, huh? There's nothing else in here. There's a secret door.
It's either us or them. I will resist!
I got this.
Prepare yourself!
Into the fray!
Magical barrier protects this cage despite the fact that it's clearly been empty for a while.
It went splendidly.
Cecily? Who's that? Judging by the appearance of the specter before you, she was brutally tortured before her death. Her hair is coated in blood, her lips are swollen and split by a wide gash, and in her mouth, open in a desperate expression, is a black void where her front teeth should be. As she speaks, her voice sounds garbled, gurgling. Who are you? Another torturer? I'm not your enemy. How can I help? I don't trust you. I mustn't. This place is full of liars, but you're different. If you truly aren't my enemy, help me. My soul has been stained by suicide, but it still holds a spark of light. I'm willing to give it up to atone for the evil that was committed because of my negligence. My husband's blade, Dawnflower's kiss, was taken by the demons. It's a holy relic, and defiling it is a grave sin. If you rip it from their clutches, I can try to purify it by the light that even Baphomet couldn't take from me. Perhaps then my lady will have mercy on me and accept my wretched soul.
Is this the sword you were talking about?
Vile monsters. The once blessed blade. What have they turned it into? Will you let me be the spark that will drive away the evil that has tainted it? Atone for your sin and purify this sword. You are a true hero. May your bones not languish in this labyrinth and not join the myriad others.
And it just crumples up and dies like a regular person. Stop.
Now what's over here?
Who? What? I grant you the ashen death.
This curse is inflicted by the ungrateful prisoner of the Ivory Labyrinth. Not only does it weaken its bearer, it allows the caster to sense the cursed victim from any distance. The bearer gets a -4 on perception skill checks and all saving throws.
So I guess there's just no way to remove that. Can I rest here? As long as that thing is there, I might as well rest here.
Tiefling physiology has been a topic of only cursory scientific study. Since I had the good fortune of having a test subject on hand, I would like to deepen my knowledge and conduct a few experiments.
What do you say to this brave challenge? How many cherry rolls can the average tiefling eat before he gets sick?
Now, examine this. Yeah, might as well. The prisoner is mumbling. Well then, who is the other one? Well, anyway, I think I'll call it there for now. I'll come back and finish this again later. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all again some other time.